Alright, so I'm out here scouting today. I got a day off. So, putting boots on the ground. I've got my brother and a good friend who doesn't have a whole lot of experience hunting. It's going to be out with me for the first week of October. And I'm trying to find some good spots to put them on where they're going to guarantee to see some deer. And I'm walking along this trail. And over there, there's a good trail, but I'm still not seeing any buck sign, and I'm really curious why that is, because I feel like I'm in a really good spot where there's a lake over there, and then there's basically like marsh leading up to the hillside here, the high ground, and so there's got to be a ton of bedding right out there. And looking at it on the map, it looks like it, but I just don't feel like going in there today. But I'm walking along here just trying to find some good sign to get on and to mark on the map so that I know where I want to potentially hang a stand. And walking this trail here and getting back in here, and as soon as I got to like right here, I was like, ooh, this feels right. And sure enough, I just started looking around, and you have a giant old rub right there. And you can see these oaks, all the acorns are getting scuffed up. They're getting, like, this is a really good spot because out there's no oaks. So this is like the first little transition part where there is some oak trees that are dropping acorns. So there was that rub. There's this one that's an older one. That tree was at some point, but now it's just dead. What else did I see over here? This tree was beat on, not as much. There was a couple other. This tree was beat on a little bit. That one was. That one was. So it's good. This is because of the fact that they're still going to be dropping in early October. This might be a spot where I give some attention to. And this is just a little transition line right here. There's nice little high ground, giant oaks. And so I'm thinking as close as I can get with one of these trees back here, and hopefully catch a good buck early. Trying to get prime time acorns before the rest of the deer scoop them up. But I'm excited about this spot. I've never been back here in this area. That's one of the exciting things about public ground is I've never even scouted this. I barely looked at it on the map. And I was just driving around today on my day off. And I'm like, that looks kind of interesting over there. So I figured I'd go check it out, and you know how that goes. What you think you're going to spend an hour on turns into 3. And maybe this could be a primetime spot for me. Let's hope. Okay, so I think I got it figured out. I got this tree right here. And from this angle, which is where basically how I would be sitting on the tree, I would use my climber, go up the tree, and I'd be on this side of it. And with that side, I would have this angle with that as my backdrop. And I really would only want to go up like, I don't know, 10 to 12 feet right there. And I'd have a shot at whatever was coming in here and whatever was mulling around through those acorns and those oaks. And then it's not ideal because it's so close. I would rather be back like a good 10, 15 more yards because to me it feels like it's too close. And I don't like to shoot straight down. That's why I'll only go up that tree like maybe 10 feet. But there's not a whole lot of options up in here that would intercept that trail that goes that way. So without having to do some serious trimming, and I don't like to do that. So pretty exciting. I love it. Love it. Public land. Like private land, that'd be great. If I owned like 100 acres, that'd be fantastic. But how quick do you figure it out? Like this stuff, this is adrenaline rush in its own. Obviously, you get that major adrenaline dump after you shoot a deer. But this is exciting too. So, like, oh, and is that a rub? Yeah, that's a scrape right there. Good scrape. And this is all just hammered down. Can't tell where the camera. Oh, there it is. It's all hammered down. Basically everything in here. So deer are really using this trail right there. And there's a trail right there. It's like it's a really good spot, high traffic. And it's tucked back here a little ways where I don't think anybody's really using it. I haven't seen any hunter sign. Usually when I say that, I walk up on a tree stand 5 minutes later. But this could be pretty prime. Let's hope. So I just went down the trail a little bit and just came to the conclusion that tree that I had picked out will not do. Right down. I kept going right down through here, and every other tree had a rub on it. And there's a bunch of access trails that deer are using right over there too. So if I had a buck coming through here, or doe, whatever I wanted to shoot, start coming through here, they would get to my tree and I would be kind of screwed. I'd be way too close. They're gonna basically be walking right underneath me, which might work out, it might not, but I did see this too. That is a giant scrape, licking branches, licking branch, giant scrape. Can't wait to see that uncovered. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to move back. That doesn't look like a terrible tree. I just might have to trim a couple, bend a couple branches. There's also a tree back there. It's a little further away than I'd like. But that changed pretty quickly. And now I'm gonna have to refigure this spot out, and then I'm gonna try to find a direct, I'm basically gonna plot out a path that I would walk out for easy access and exit. So let me see if I can figure this out again. So I'm over retrieving my trail camera, and my trail camera was up in that tree there, pointed down to this area here. We got oaks, and the reason why I put it there is because there was a rub right next to a trail that was leading out to this open field. So I dove in here to check it out, and there's a couple of more rubs. But then I see this that's like new, and it's August 21st. So that's nice. But I kind of did a little, I didn't do any trimming or anything. I just bent some branches out of the way. There's a tree back there that I'm going to sit in that would be able to see all this and hopefully get a shot at a deer. Is that an old rub? Is that a dead tree? Oh, that's an old rub. Holy crap. those branches out of the way so if the deer wants to come in here and do that again this year, again. That's nice. I didn't see that till just now. Huh. So I'm gonna poke out into this marsh out here and see if I can follow some trails and find a couple buck beds. I see a lot of does come through here, but I don't see. Just last year, I saw my first buck come back from back here, and I know it's just because they wait till later. But I want to go see if I can get set up on a buck bed and at least figure out where they're coming from. Gonna have to take a minute and get this turtle on camera for my kids. Very pretty. No, can't keep it. I hunted back here one time. Wasn't too far from here. And now I remember why I only hunted back here the one time. As you can see, probably 70% of this growth is frickin' prickers. Or multiflora rose, or whatever the hell it's called. We called it prickers growing up. Wait a minute bush. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, or yeah, we had several names for them, but it's just a bitch getting through here. So I'm gonna rethink my access plan. I'm on this property line, and there's a trail that goes down there. It goes to my vehicle. Got the cornfield. That was turnips last year. Back there is a marsh. And over there is a ridiculous river and a marsh. It's more like a stream, but it's really deep. It's man-made. It's like irrigation. But there's a lot of bedding on the other side of that. There's a lot of bedding just off this edge. And this is private property. The line is, where's it at? It's like that big tree right there. So this is all, this little stretch that I'm on right here is where the private and public butt up to each other. And I was just sitting here thinking, because of this elevation change right here, and with all this bedding on all different sides, like all the way all through there, and it's doe bedding. Like I sat just over there last year a couple of times, and there's just does coming out from everywhere. And I was just sitting here thinking this would be ideal for a buck right here, so you could smell all the wind coming from this way, from this way, from this way. So on all those winds, that's the perfect spot. It's not real secure, but he's got this deadfall right here, at least. So I'm betting he's laying this direction, watching back here in this open timber with the wind coming from this direction, so he can smell whatever's behind him. And with this at his back, that's not exactly easy to get through without making a bunch of noise. That would be my guess. And then I was like, I sat here just to take a little break. I'm sweating so bad. And I'm just sitting there like, this could be a really good observation stand. I think I'm gonna sit actually right on the property line right over here. And I'm gonna get up about as high as I can get on a night before the season starts. And so I can watch all of this and all of that and figure out what's going on back here too. So I think I'm gonna sit just before, probably mid-September, I'll sit up there and just kind of see if I can figure a few things out. But I was sitting there thinking about that and how I'd want to do that, and sure enough, right up in that tree there, I don't know if you can see it, right there is a tree stand. It's a freaking skyscraper. But I used tree steps. Just took the last few out so no one was going to climb up in there. And I don't know if that was there last year or not. I don't remember seeing anybody back here hunting, so I'm guessing that that's kind of new, which is a bummer. But I'm still gonna, like, if I didn't hunt where I saw hangers, I would have no hunting ground. Everybody hangs tree stands. Everybody puts up man-made ground blinds. They think they're staking their claim or whatever. And I've had so many people mad at me because I'll sit close to them. I don't care. Like, I don't know if you're going to be hunting that night. So we'll see what happens. But I have a lot of hope for this area this year.